It should not be bouncing around like you see it, and you can.
What's going on, everyone? So, quick intro, trying to keep it around 1 minute. Got two vehicles in this video. First video is an immaculate EJ K-Swap Civic. And I will say that what I'm trying to more so cover in this is if the customer would have sent me data logs, which he already knows about, and it's the end of the year, he's been struggling with this car, he wanted it on the dyno before winter came. So he understands that if he would have sent me the data logs beforehand, we wouldn't have had this problem, but it will be going back on the dyno nonetheless. If you get to check, if you see this car, if you're local and you see him at meets or events, he goes to many, he's won many awards, check the car out because the video doesn't do it justice. Second portion, just a little bit behind the scenes, what it takes to run the business. I've been getting some comments and feedback where people want to see a little bit of everything. And with that being said, I hope everyone that celebrated Christmas had a good Christmas. I was trying to get this video out beforehand, but if you can't hear in my voice, I did get sick again. I think I overdid it trying to get everything ready and done before Christmas. I will leave off with saying that I am a huge record person, and if anybody has any records that they recommend me buying, I got a Tool album here, I got a Prince album here. I listen to just about everything, and I'm looking for your recommendations. So please comment down below if you have an album you want me to check out. Like and share because it helps the video, the channel grow. Besides that, hope you enjoy.
So, you zoom out a tad bit. Got the lights on in the back. We're taking some pictures. Lights help a little bit. I will say this is one of the cleanest Civics, and I'm not just saying that you'll ever see. Now, I'm not saying it's that you're not going to see something cleaner, but everything on this car, I know the owner. I know how meticulous he is on stuff. Everything on this car has been redone. Every single bolt, I'm pretty sure, was taken apart. He redid everything. Now, this is the first year that it's been out, and he's been going through some struggles. Yeah, some part struggles here and there. He was having some issues with the computer, the K Pro. He didn't get the K Pro from us. So this year, his whole goal was to be out at car shows, which he did. He went to a bunch of them. He won a bunch of awards. And he finally got the computer back, and now it's here, this late in the year. So we're going to finalize the tune. He's been driving it on my tune, but it hasn't been finalized. I told him not to beat on it, take it to shows so he doesn't have to tow it. And like I said, man, this car it's meticulous. If you go to a car show and you were to see this car, the owner's name is Mike. Go follow him. Mike is actually a brand ambassador of ours too. So if you go to car shows and you see him, you can walk up to him, introduce yourself, and or he may have some free stuff that he will give you. It depends what we give him. So at times we'll give people free stickers, free hats, pass them out. Here's a free hoodie, pass it out, go find the cleanest whatever Civic or whatever at this car show and, say, hey, I wanted to give you compliments and here's some free stuff. So if you were to see this car, don't be scared to go up and talk to him. I will say this though, because he's not going to be in this video, he is a little shy. He is a little shy, so don't be taken back by that. He is a super nice and friendly guy. He has been in this industry, man, probably as long as I have been. And I'm trying to figure it. We're going in, 24 years? Yeah, 24 years. I had to figure out what year it was. 2023. So if you're, we're still in 2023 if you're watching this later on in the future. So, as I wanted to actually open up the door here, you can see too, he carried everything inside and out. It's a nicely done setup. It is super clean, original mats. It's a nice car to look at. It really is. So if you're into seeing cars, how they pretty much came from the factory and or with some goodies. As far as I know too, like everything he has on this car is genuine. Didn't even ask him about the wipers, but I know him, so I'm assuming those are real. I'm not into stuff like that, so I have no clue. I have no clue if that's just a cover. I would assume it's just, yeah, it's just a cover. I don't know. I don't know about, I'm not that big into details on like the spoon stuff and stuff like that, but I'm assuming that's all real too. I'm at a loss of words, I guess you can say. I've seen the car before. I saw it when it was somewhat finished, and you know, now everything is set up how he wants it. There's going to be some tweaks that he has to do over wintertime that he's planning on doing. We talked about, one of the things we talked about were the RDX injectors, what the setup and his goal is. He kind of wants to move away from those. All in all, it's time to get some video, time to tune this thing, see if we have any kind of issues with it, and go from there. So I'll be back. Okay, so we got a slight little issue. We're having an electrical issue. It looks like the battery or the alternator is some kind of, it's not charging like it should be. It's causing the voltage to fluctuate really, really bad in a sense. I'm going to turn the camera around and show you, which if you're not familiar, all the sensors go off a certain amount of volts, but so do the injectors. So what we're seeing more so is the voltage being at 14, and then it's dropping as low as we're seeing 10 in areas. And that's, if the injector's not getting the proper voltage, it's going to change the flow. So not something that I really like to see. I've talked to the owner already about it, and I will say this too, because of the intro video, I said that, you know, he might, I think I mentioned that he might pop in this video, or I mentioned that he was shy. He's going to skip this video, and I don't want to force anybody to be on camera. You know, this is about having fun, and he said, I don't know if he got much sleep. He has been a nervous wreck because his car has never been on a dyno. Not just this car, but any car that he's owned. So I know he's a nervous wreck. It's more so to make sure he is all calm. I'm giving him updates in between, and ultimately, you know, one of the big things is he wants to see the car, of course, on the dyno, which we allow people in the back. We allow people in the back to give videos and pictures when the time is right, which is near the end. So I'll get him in here. But let me turn the camera on. Let me show you what we're dealing with here. So that jagged line is battery voltage, and it should be steady. It should not be bouncing around like you see it. And you can see that it goes all the way down to, at points 12.7, it will spike back up and we'll hit 14, 14.2, and I've even seen lower too. So this is ultimately something that he can data log on the street and rectify. He can fix this, or he can, I'm going to give him a list of stuff that, you know, hey, try this, try that, see if it fixes it, and then go do a pull on the street, or just even light cruising. And that's the big thing too, as I was talking to him. There's a couple other things that I'm recommending he should change or do differently in a sense. And, you know, as far as the alternator or battery charging issue or whatever we're seeing, you know, one of the big things I try to get my point across here is, you know, just because your car leaves here, and anybody can leave their car here and we can diagnose it ourselves, but a lot of people want to do things themselves, and that's where we're here to help. We're here to help. We're going to, you know, hey, we get a lot of messages. I read this online. Could it be this? We'll tell you yes, or we'll tell you no, you're not even in the right direction. So that's a big thing. That's a big thing that I've been trying to get out there more so, because people will have other bad experiences at shops, and they'll, you know, they'll say, hey, once I left that shop, it seems like they kind of just, you know, ghosted me. If you ever send us a message or we miss a phone call, number one, leave us a voicemail. We all get notified on the voicemail system. And number two, if you shoot us a message and we don't get back to you right away, just bump it up. We see so many messages daily, phone calls daily, and over the weekend, we're normally closed if I'm not working, which normally I am working. But you have to think those 2 days, how many more messages we can get when we're not here. So, the biggest thing is just stay in touch, stay on top of us. We tell people, hey, if you got to speak to me and I'm on the dyno, call me back, or we'll set a scheduled appointment where we can talk. I can talk on the phone, I should say. But besides that, car is it's doing well. It's making really good power for what the setup is. I'm not going to broadcast the numbers because I don't think he wants them broadcasted. And it's it's nice to have a car that's not, leaking oil and leaking fluids everywhere. And as the time was leading up to this dyno tune, I've been helping him with stuff over the phone. He actually has my personal number, so we've been texting back and forth, try this on certain things that he was having issues with before on the computer side. And if I remember, which I'm sure I'll forget, there was actually a video that I did of this car probably about 3 or 4 months ago. I'll try to remember and link it down below. If it's not linked down below and you're really curious on it and I forgot to add it because I'm a busy person, just comment down below and say, hey, where's that other link? And I'll definitely leave it. Besides that, I'm gonna go back to tuning, wrap this thing up. So something a little bit different I'll just cover, give you guys the whole full spectrum of everything I do. Every now and then when we get super busy, the fabrication department will put stuff on my desk to help them out with. And today we have an intake that we are making for an RSX. So I'm gonna go clean it up, clean my filler rod. If you're ever doing TIG welding or starting off, number one thing is make sure you clean. So I'll get some quick footage of me welding, get done with this job, and go on to the next one. So we got the pipe and the vise, and we got the filler rod that's straight from our container. And you would think it would be clean. Let me show you guys really quick. I'm gonna wipe it down with acetone. And this is why I say clean. As I was saying, these are 100% straight from our container that we get from the supplier. I'm gonna wipe it down with acetone and just watch. You'd think they would be clean. Think they wouldn't have dirt on them. Just one quick wipe. So, as I say, clean. That is key. So I was trying to get more footage of me welding, but when I was doing so, I accidentally dropped my TIG torch and broke my glass cup. So at that point I got I won't say frustrated, but I just wanted to get it done. So you can see it's on the car. We throw a light polish on it, so it looks nice and pretty. And got it nicely tucked out of the way. 3-inch intake. You can fully turn the wheel. So it looks good. Will perform good as well. Oh, and just to add too, it's pointed upwards because the customer said he wants to do brake ducts, so he should have more clearance as well when he's going to be running that from the bumper.